Are you ready to get the financing for your movie? Are you ready with your project to take that check or the wire from the investors? Here we go. Hi, my name is Tom Malloy. I've raised over $25 million for financing movies. Produced at the time of this video, 16 films, written 30 plus screenplays, options sold or made into movies, 24 screenplays, and I've starred in a bunch of movies. So I'm an encyclopedia on filmmaking. So here we go. We're talking about, are you ready with your project with the financing? Meaning, when you're getting in front of that H&I, which is high net worth individual, H&I, when you're getting in front of that person, are you ready? Like, meaning, is that project ready? Now, there's a couple different aspects to that I'm going to break down for you. The first is your project ready, right? That's a big thing. And if you listen, there's a free webinar that I do usually once a month where I go into detail about getting your project ready. Because I always say this, getting in front of an investor with an unprepped project is actually worse than canceling the meeting and saying, you know what, let me come back to you. It's worse to get in front of that person with an unprepped project, because going in there with something that's not ready labels you as an amateur in that person's mind. And almost every high net worth individual that I know is pressed for time. They always have limited time, right? And so you're wasting their time, right? It's somebody said, hey, could you watch my movie? And they made a movie and they showed you their movie, and it was 2 hours and the characters were looking at the camera the whole time and there was no plot and it was horrible, and you go, oh my God, that 2 hours felt like 10 hours. If a month later they called you and go, hey, I got another movie, I want to show you this next movie. Would you go? Would you be excited to go? You'd be dreading it, right? And think about that from the high net worth individual's perspective. If they've labeled, because in that scenario that I just painted for you, you've labeled your friend as an amateur. They've labeled you as an amateur. You know, with an unprepped project, you're going in there and they're like, oh my God, like this person is a nobody. They're an amateur. So you're not ready at that point. In that sense, I do think there's a link below as far as development financing, and I think that's a smart thing to look at as far as prepping your project. Prepping your project is the smartest thing you could do, and I firmly believe that if you prep enough, money starts to attract you because you make the investment in the project itself magical at that point, and that's when that movie magic happens. The second aspect of it is, and that I wanted to just talk about at the end of this video here, is prepping as far as being able to take the check. I did a video that you could check out as far as opening an LLC and bank account for your film, and that's one aspect of it, is meaning, you're going to give me the check to, whatever, 123 Films LLC. Do I have an account to put that check in? Or you're going to say, hey, let me wire it right now. And it's like, oh, I don't have an account for you to wire it to. You don't want to get in that situation, right? Now, there's not always going to be a time where you've set all that stuff up, but you got to be ready enough, right? You don't want to go and spend thousands on the LLC and have thousands on the attorney to get the investment documents all set up. And then you find out that the high net worth individual is not a high net worth individual at all, and they're not going to give you 2 cents for your movie. That's bad. But you have to be ready to move quickly on those things. In fact, I got to the point where I've got contracts from other films and I just tailor them. These were initially created by a lawyer, and now I've just tailored them and changed the names and stuff like that for the next film, so that if they need the investment documents, maybe I have to make a change here and there, but I can have them, if I wanted to, within a half hour of the meeting, right? And then the other aspect of it is I highly encourage you to watch the video on opening an LLC and a bank account, because you need to do that. This is not a time where you wait and you go, I'll do it next week. It's Friday. I want to watch, football tonight or whatever. Get on this right away. Move as quick as you can. And I kind of feel like it's like, man, as soon as they say yes, that timer's ticking until I get that money in the bank, right? Here's an equation that you need to know, and this has helped me in my movie career, and I've seen it multiple times. Take this into heart. In movies and in TV and in all the other aspects of the film business, yes plus time equals no. I'll say it again. Yes plus time equals no. So take that and know that when you get a yes, act on it immediately. That's the best advice I can give you. If you want more videos and training on filmmaking, check out the link below. Also, please subscribe to our YouTube channel.